and now we go to Mr. Sparano. Hey, how are
Hey,
you?
Ken, first of all, I have to
What?
chime in on that story about your truck and the racial
Yeah,
divide in your
yeah,
community. Well, didn't it occur to any of your so-called friends that
right.
some black guy that they never seen before was stealing your truck?
Steal
And,
my
why didn't
truck.
they
Huh?
call you or call the police?
Yeah, but then the police would have come and they would have probably shot the guy, and we'd have a whole big thing going on.
Yeah, but I
I
mean,
think, Larry, I
I
think
would have
you were
thought if I knew
what?
that was your truck, there's some strange guy, a black guy from out of town, he's stealing your truck.
Right, Larry, I think you were. What is the word? Contrarian.
That's another layer, of racial perceptions on each side.
Right, right. Well, plus
Great
it
story,
was a
though. Great
very
story.
old truck though, so I mean, no, no, I don't think anyone would want to steal it. You know, that's the other thing. And actually, there was years later, there was a commercial that was on, played around where some woman had bought a new car and she went to put diesel in it, and everybody comes running out of the, streets to stop her, saying no, 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 because it was a new car, but it was a new model of a car that happened to be diesel, and that, so
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
I'm also anxious to hear your story about being a fish out of water, being a dairy farmer, of which you had no experience.
Right, right. Well, no, I'd read a lot in books. I had book experience.
But it wasn't quite the same as you thought, right?
Never the same, right?
That
Exactly.
should be an
Yeah,
interesting
yeah.
story.
So, what do you think's going on with it? Where do you think things stand on the impeachment? Same
Well,
situation? Oh,
what I want to highlight, first of all, is Schiff's comments,
yeah.
which were lauded by the Democrats. A great speech, he put it all together. However, what he said was, the U.S. aids Ukraine and its people so they can fight Russia over there, so we don't have to fight them over here. Now, Kent, this is the same darn thing that they are harping on that got us into Vietnam. The domino effect if we didn't stop the communists in Vietnam. Now Vietnam and the U.S. are great allies. So, what was the war all about? They use the same thing about invading the Mideast because we had to stop the terrorists before they came over here. The invasion of the Mideast actually made it more probable that we'd get domestic terrorism here and foreign terrorists coming in because we've seeded radicalism over there by
Hmm.
invading the territory. So for Schiff to use that speech, I find really distasteful. Now, pile that on with Hillary Clinton calling Tulsi Gabbard a Russian asset. Come on.
Yeah, that
And
was,
she's
yeah,
suing, rightfully so, over that
yeah,
comment.
yeah, yeah. That's true.
So, but
Yeah.
then anyway, in terms of what was going on, yeah, on the surface, the speeches do sound very compelling. And again, I think without a doubt, Trump was doing it quid pro quo.
Right.
But then again, there is that element that there was corruption in the Ukraine, and part of the probe would be to uncover it through what was going on with the vice president of the United States and his son. So again, it's a muddled situation, I think, to the general public, and also the public, again, as I keep repeating, is just going to see this as more political football, and they're going to tune out. So whether it's going to move the needle at all for the Democrats, I think is very unlikely. But who knows what could happen, especially if they get more of those witnesses that come in, which again is kind of tenuous at that point, whether the Democrats would
Right.
actually be able to bring in the witnesses.
But what was I found fascinating this morning? There was this report, and again, it was from the Hill News Organization, but that they did a survey. 84% of people are paying attention to this, to the impeachment proceedings. Was their poll
Really.
figure? Yeah,
Uh,
84%.
what I find here in Pennsylvania near the Scranton area, which Pennsylvania as a whole went for Trump.
Right.
This area, Hillary won slightly, but what I find is that most people are tuning in and out.
In and
And,
out. Right. Yeah.
yeah,
Now that could be the definition of paying attention. I mean, I'm not quite
yeah,
sure exactly what that is, but
yeah,
but even then, I mean, it's. I'm surprised that so many people are, into it
yeah. Well, I
to
mean, it's
any
hard to
extent.
avoid with the saturation coverage on all the outlets, the cable news outlets.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but again, whether they're paying attention to it with the same sense of outrage
Right.
as happened with the Nixon administration, I think is,
Right.
from that kind of a situation.
But you know, in terms of paying attention, I mean, you see some of these guys falling asleep, and I mean, I think it's very tough on these senators. I mean, a
Yeah.
lot of them are in their 70s and all that, so it's like,
Yeah.
you
And with
know,
the younger members, they're struggling with digital withdrawal. They can't have
exactly,
cell phones,
exactly,
they
right,
can't
right,
tweet, they can't text, they can't look
right,
at their mail.
right,
So
right, right.
but now here again, if this drags on,
Yeah,
you know, it, I think in a way it gives Biden a big advantage because he's going to be the only one out in Iowa and New Hampshire, while
yeah,
Sanders and Elizabeth Warren and others are tied down in the Senate. So that could kind of shift the ground somewhat for Biden.
yeah, yeah. All right, sir. Well, listen, have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you on Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay, Ken.
Okay,
See
bye-bye.
you then.